feel that? Did you feel that? One more time. Peace and love to all of you magnificent, wonderful souls. I hope you guys are having a beautiful day wherever you are. I hope that your day is wonderful and magical, and I myself am sending everyone a lot of good, loving, healing, beautiful energy on this day. If you guys are new to this channel, my name is Sheldon. I help people ascend their consciousness and discover the path to enlightenment. If you are new here, do me a favor, do me a solid, and destroy that like button down below, and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'm bringing daily wisdom, love, good energy, 5D ascension, new earth, all that stuff. And today I'm gonna continue with the Kabbalion, the 7 Hermetic Principles. This is chapter 3, the Principle of Correspondence. So I'm sure you've heard this before. As above, so below. As within, so without. That second part is not well known, and that's why I paused there, because everyone's heard as above, so below. Not everyone knows as within, so without. So what does this mean? As above, so below, to state the obvious, a tree is a wonderful example. So as high as a tree grows, the roots will equally grow in the ground. As above, so below. Everything has an equal side, a dual world, if you will. Now, as within, so without. You guys have heard me talk about this before. I always talk about how your inner world is a reflection of your outer world. So as within, so without. This is perhaps the most important aspect of the principle of correspondence, because it has to do with you specifically. So if you want to see a change in your reality, you need to look inside and change your internal world first. The change always starts within. And this is very, very important. We need to change within ourselves in order to see a change in our reality. We can't just expect our reality to change if we're not changing ourselves internally. This starts with things like your diet, how you take care of yourself, what you consume, whether it's the media, whether it's your television, the radio, the music you listen to, the food you eat. All of this stuff will make a massive impact on how your reality starts to play out. The better you take care of yourself, the better your reality starts to play out for you. I've noticed this in my life. Once I started taking complete care of myself, once I started becoming more conscious of the things I was putting in my body, I started eating a plant-based diet 3+ years ago. I stopped consuming dead animals, rotten flesh, things that weren't serving me. I cut out a lot of processed foods. I stopped eating for my ego, if you will, and started eating more for my soul. And this is still, a work in progress. I still have things to work on as far as what I consume and what I put into my body. And, I'm getting there. It's a step-by-step process, and it's all about being patient, guys. So you don't need to be too hard on yourself, right? Life is all about these challenges and leveling up. It's just a game. So you don't need to be too hard on yourself, but you do need to understand that what is happening internally is going to be a direct reflection of your external world, right? So everything has correspondence. As above, so below. As within, so without. This is the third Hermetic principle, the third natural law of the universe, and a very good one to understand, a very deep one to understand. It is known that everything in the natural world, it has a dual side to it, just like us, right? So it's so important that we take care of ourselves, that we take care of us mentally, spiritually, and physically in order to see the most positive reality play out in our lives, right? We need to be meditating. We need to take control of our thought process, and not even control, more of an observer, you know. Slow down the thought process, not have the mind racing all the time. When the mind is racing in an autopilot, we create an autopilot reality, right? Our reality starts recycling because our thought process recycles. So that's why meditation is so important, because we want to, once again, not necessarily control the mind, but control how we react to the mind and slow down that thought process. Slow down our thoughts. Our mind creates an average of 60,000 thoughts per day for the average person, right? I think meditation is going to slow that down quite a bit, and just be still. And when you're still, you learn a lot about yourself. You learn a lot about your destiny, about your path, about, you know, wisdom and all that stuff. This is how you tune into certain frequencies. So this is all a part of working on the internal world to see a change in the external world. It's massive. This is how you see a change in your reality. If you guys don't like what you see in your reality right now, you need to look within and start to change the internal world. You know, the insides are a world and a universe within itself. And it's a direct reflection of what you see, right? So a good exercise to do is to sit down and write down some things that you know are not serving you. Things you're consuming, things you're doing, mentally, physically, spiritually, right? Like these three pillars. What are you consuming? What are you doing on a daily basis that don't serve those three pillars? Write those things down. And slowly but surely start to cut some things out of your life. And add some things that do serve you. You know, maybe you're not doing certain things. Maybe you're not taking care of yourself. Maybe you're not going to the gym. Maybe you're not eating the right foods. Organic, high alkaline, greens, all that stuff. You know? Maybe you need to eat more vegetables and fruits and all that stuff. So write those things down and start to pay attention to what you're consuming. And I promise you, as soon as you start taking more care of yourself, your internal world, mentally, spiritually, physically, you will start to see a change in your external world, right? Start going to the gym. Start becoming more active. Take up a sport. Right? When you become more active, you start to become more confident. Now you start attracting more people in your life. Females, males, whatever. Right? That changes your external world. So, super important, guys, to understand this truth, the principle of correspondence. Once again, as above, so below. As within, so without. These 7 Hermetic principles will change your life because they are the 7 natural laws of the universe, and the Hermetics knew how the universe worked and how the soul, the mind, body, soul, spirit complex, us people, were a direct reflection of the universe. We are the universe in itself, right? That's why it's called universe. Universe, right? You are the universe. The universe does revolve around you. No matter what you've been told your whole entire life, it does revolve around you. That's why some people have unfortunate circumstances, because they don't take care of their inner worlds. You know, they're drinking all the time, they do drugs, they consume shitty foods, processed foods, meats, all that stuff, things that don't serve them. And then their reality starts to play out accordingly. And this is exactly what's happening. Everything is a direct correlation of how you take care of yourself and what you do. The law of cause and effect. It's another Hermetic principle that I'll be speaking about very shortly. You know, what you do, every single action that you take has a reaction, right? It ties in with the law of correspondence, because you're taking action by taking care of yourself, and that action will have a similar reaction externally, right? So just remember this truth. The biggest thing to take out of this, yes, as above, so below, we know that in the natural world, everything that you see in the natural world, all the trees, all the plants, all that stuff, they are equally as big and structured underneath as they are above. As above, so below. The most important thing to know is as within, so without. Take care of yourself, and everything will change in your life, I promise. And that's pretty much all I wanted to say today, guys. I hope you guys really enjoyed the third lesson of the 7 Hermetic principles, the law of correspondence, as above, so below, as within, so without. If you guys did like that video, do me a favor, destroy that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. But for now, we are going to part ways. So peace, love, and have a wonderful, magical, glorious, beautiful day, guys. I love you guys so much. Peace out. We'll see you soon.